Good morning, family, and welcome back to Chris RD channel. Today we are going to rewatch the China Nationals 10 meters synchro double diving men's finals. Well, this was done this 2023, 6 days ago. That's a good entry. Very nice entry. And now we are watching a very highly difficult levels of diving in a 10 meters platform. They are the one to beat in the World Championship, and they got the 46.2 score in their first dive. We will try to find the next to dive is Kong Zitong Zheng and Zheng Mengran. They will do our the difficulty is 2.0. It's not translating well. Forward. That's a good entry, very good entry, very good vertical lines. They got 46.20 score. Divinely beautiful. Next that we have, they will have to do a 2.0 level of difficulty. I'm just using a Google Translate here via picture, Google Lens to translate those Chinese characters. That's a good dive also, but it's just a significant disruption of waters. Let us watch the slow motion of the entry. Good vertical lines. Maybe there's some problem with the positions of the hands. They got 45.6 score total. Next that we have is Chen Sen. The Chen Sen, the gold medal in the synchronized. They will do a half somersault forward with 2.0 difficulty. We have Chen Sen and Zhu Sifeng Guangdong. Great to see Chen Sen again. That's a very nice entry without disruption of the waters. Great vertical lines. The grabbing of the hands upon their entry is enormously beautiful, and they got a good hands. Great timing. They got 51.0 score here. Great to see Chen Sen again competing. Next we have the young men from China. Still translating. We have Guan, Juwen, and Yu Jiu. They will have a half somersault forward with a 2.0 level of difficulty. That's a great dive, great vertical lines. It's just some disruption of the waters, but not that significant. But overall, it's a very good and very great dive. It's just not a little bit synchronized. The other one is a little bit late in forming his vertical lines. They got 44.40 score here. The next that we have, we have Cheng Zilong and Huan Wenchu. They will do a half turn forward bend. They will have a 2.0 level of difficulty. That's a very great dive, a very great vertical lines, very great entry without significant disruption of the waters. They got 49.20 score here. That's a fair score for the difficulty. And the next that we have, will do a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do a half somersault forward of Gu Chaukan and Pianing Hebei. Very enormously beautiful. That is a masterclass dive. No significant disruption to the waters. Very amazing vertical lines. Very synchronized. It's just a little bit some delay of one of his compatriot, but it's fine. That's why he got 48.0 score here. And the next that we have is will do a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do an inward somersault. Liu Yuzhan and Yang Sodong in the round 1. That's a great dive from this young man. Well synchronized dive. The disruption of waters is significant and it will cost them a lot. Not too much, but they got 47.40 score here. That's great job from them. The next that we have, they will do a 2.0 level of difficulty, half somersault forward by Lian, Junji, and Yang Hao. Let's watch their dive. Really amazing dive from them. Great vertical lines, synchronized in the flight and entry. The Chinese people are having the most high level of difficulty in the world. You just have to watch their Chinese Nationals Championship and you will have this snip of some great divers in the world. 54.0 is their score. And the next that we have, they'll show a 2.0 level of difficulty. Oh, I forgot to screenshot it. Oh, some young man. Maybe this is just 16 and 17 years old, maybe 15 years old. That's a great dive, of course. The other one is a little bit late in forming his vertical lines, and it will cost a little bit for their result. 43.8 is their score. The next that we have, we show a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do a turn back half a circle body or a twist. Wang Zhijian and Yang Ling. They are well synchronized during their dive. That's the significant disruption of waters they have. 46.8 is their score here. Great job. From the two very young men, will show a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do an inward somersault. Mas Tas Hang and Zhang Yajing Hubei Hu Haosha. That's a very great dive indeed. Masterclass. For that inward somersault. Great job. And look at that entry. And look at that vertical lines. Such a masterclass. 46.8 is their score here. Chinese people are doing a very clean dive. The next that we have will do a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do a half turn forward bend from Zhu Yongxi and Zhang Jian. They got here a 48.0 score. The next that we have will do a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do a turn in a half, a circle, bend body by Wang Binhan and Wu Yiyang. That's a great dive, beautifully done, really beautiful. Let's watch the slow motion. Well synchronized. It's just a little bit some bending or arcing from one of the diver. It will cost a little bit of their points. They got 46.2 score here. The next divers that we have will do a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do a somersault forward for a half a circle by Song, Yunhao, and Wang Bu. Kneeling, alright? They got a 47.4 score here. Again, we are using just a Google Lens to translate those Chinese characters. Very young man, maybe 10 years old or 11. They got 2.0 level of difficulty here. They will do a somersault forward for a half a circle bend by Ni Jun and Su Shiwen. That is a masterclass dive from this two very young men. They are very well synchronized. They have a great time in grabbing their hands to form the vertical line upon their entry. And well synchronized dive. They got 46.8 score here. The significant disruption of waters affected their score. The next that we have will do a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do a half somersault forward by Wang Hu and Yuan Xiangjun in their first round. That is a masterclass dive from them. Really a masterclass. They have a great time to grabbing their hands upon their entry to form the vertical line. They got a 48.0 score here. Very great dive. Next that we have will form a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do a forward half a turn bend by Shen Kehan and Yao Zelen in their first dive. Again, we are watching the China National Men's 10-meter synchro or double diving. That's a good dive, of course. Oh, beautiful dive. Great entry. They got a 45.6 hero score here. Wow, I wish I could have those abs and those beautiful muscles. The next divers will form a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do a somersault forward for a half a circle bend with Wang Felong and Zhang. That is a very great dive. It's just maybe one of them got delayed in forming the vertical lines. But that is good. The other one is just more taller than the other one, but it's great. They have a very good dive here. They got a 48.0 score here. The next we'll do a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do a half somersault forward with Bai Yuhan and Bai Yumeng. I think the other one got delayed in grabbing his hand to form the vertical lines. It will cause a score from them. And that one, no? There is some synchronization, a little bit. 48.0 is score there. They have a really great entry here. Great job for our young man. It's too difficult. The next that we will do a 2.0 level of difficulty. And they will have this somersault forward for a half a circle kneeling by Yang Jihao and Zheng Zhongji. The first dive still. Great dive. Beautifully done. That's a great job for our young Chinese fellows. They get a 45.0 score here. Let's watch why. Okay. From the two young men again, 2.0 level of difficulty. They just look the same. For half a somersault forward, still for the first dive, Huang Shanpeng and Li Junliang Hebei. Beautifully done entry. They got very well synchronized dive. Great entry. It's just the disruption of waters is significant. And there is some issues with the form that causes the disruption of waters. They got 45.60 score here. A very tiny details that can cause disruption of waters. The next that we have will do a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do a half somersault forward by Chen Leiming and Wu Kai. That is a great dive, divinely beautiful, minimal disruption of waters. They will have a good score here. Well synchronized dive, great timing, grabbing their hands to form the vertical lines. Great job. They got a 47.4 score here. No doubt, a great score for a 2.0 level of difficulty. The next divers will do a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do a half somersault forward with the name of Go Yu Heng and Tong Yi Jun in round 1 or the first dive. Just a little bit, it was a great dive for both of them. It's just not well synchronized during their entry and form the vertical lines. They are not, just a little bit tiny time of delay from one of their divers. It will cost a little bit of their points, but great job. They got a 46.8 score here. The next that we have will do a... Oh, they got wrong there. The prompter was wrong. That is a beautiful dive. Minimal disruption of waters. Great form, but it's just not well synchronized. There is an arcing for one of the divers. It will cost in his score. They got 92.4 score here. Most of their score is 4.8 above. The next divers will have a 2.0 level of difficulty. Will do an inward somersault. This now in the round 2 by Chen Zihan and Cheng Meng Wan. Inward somersault with 2.0 level of difficulty. That is a great dive. Beautiful from our two young men. We are seeing a very finesse dive here from the Chinese people. They got a 43.8 total score. The next that we have will do a 2.0 level of difficulty. That is a great entry for both of them. Splashes of water is just minimal. 48.0 is their score here from their second round of dive. The next that we have is Chen Sen and his compatriot. They will do a 2.0 level of difficulty here. They will do a somersault inward for a half a circle, the body, by Chen Sen and Zhu Shifeng. That is a great dive from Chen Sen and Zhu Shifeng. Great entry, great vertical lines. It was beautifully done. Great form. All are great. I know someone is bashing me that I'm telling all are great. 49.8 is their score here. It's a fair score for a 2.0 level of difficulty. The next that we have will do a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do a half somersault by Guan Zhenwei and Yu Lisu. Great job. Great job for both of them. Great vertical lines. They are well synchronized upon entering the water. Just the disruption to water is significant. They have a 45.0 score here in that second dive. The next divers that we have will do a 2.0 level of difficulty. They'll do a half somersault by Zheng Zhong and Hua Wen Hao. Wu Bei. That is a missed dive. That is a missed dive. It was such a shame. I hope they can do better for the next dive. Let's see what happened. Probably they have this arcing. Very young man. They got a 34.8 score here. The next divers will do a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do an inward somersault by Guo, Xiaokan, and Pianing. Oh, great job from the two divers. That is beautifully done. Great timing. Just some wiggle during their flight. The score is fair. 40.8 total score. The next that we have will do a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do a turn back and turn a half and a circle, bend the body by Liu, Juwan, and Yang Sudong, Shandong, Suki. Oh, it's a missed dive for the two of them. It's fine, but surely they will do great in the next dive. So yeah, he opened his hands. One of his divers. They got 34.20 score here. The next that we will do a 2.0 level of difficulty. And they will do a back somersault by Lian, Junji, and Yang Hao. Great job for both of them. It's a great dive. Beautifully done. The entry is mostly clean. There's some just disruption of the waters and it can just a little bit of some arcing. We got 48.6 score here. Great job for our two young men. Very well fit body. From our two young gentlemen, they will do a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do a half turn from Zhang Yunjuan and Yu Cheng Zuan. That's great dive from our two young men from Zhang and Yu. It's just a little bit of the synchronization that will cost them in their score, but it's fine. 46.8 score here. The next one we have will do a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do a half turn. The name of Wang Zhijian and Yang Ling Chanjian in their second dive. Oh, greatly divine dive. Great applause from these Chinese people. They are really doing in the synchronized dive, very clean dive, high level difficulty. They got 42.6 score here. The very young man that we have will do a 2.0 level of difficulty, and they will do a reflexive face turn half a circle bend by Ma Zihing and Zhang Yajing. Google is translating the Chinese characters in a very literal way. Just a little bit of arcing upon the entry, but they have managed to minimize the disruption of waters. Great dive for both of them. They got a 41.4 score here. Very young Chinese people, such a great promising divers. Two divers will do a 2.0 level of difficulty. They will do half turn. Wei Zhu, Yongjin, and Zhang Jian. Well, synchronized dive is a masterclass dive for both of them. It's just great to see how the Chinese people are doing this dive in a very well disciplined manner, very clean, aesthetically and very artistic. The disruption from water is significant, but it's a great dive. They got a 48.6 score here. 2.0 is the next level of difficulty the two divers will do in their back somersault by Wang Binhao and Yu Yiyang Sichuan Zuki. It's hard to pronounce those Chinese words. Anyways, let's enjoy their diving. That's beautiful, great dive. Such a masterclass. But this disruption of water is significant and they can work on with that. It's not just synchronized. The synchronization has something to work on with upon grabbing their hands in their entry. They got 44.40 score here. 2.0 is a level of difficulty that these two young men will do in their half somersault by Song Yunhao and Wang Bu. Oh, it's a great dive, but there are some little bit issue in their form upon their entry. You see there some a little bit of arcing and wiggling during their flight. But they have managed to have a clean dive here. They got 46.20 score. From those two very young men with a 2.0 level of difficulty, they will do a inward resistance for a half circle body flexion by Nia Jun and Su Shiwen. The translation is very literal. Such a nice to see very young man having their dive here. That is a masterclass dive from these two young men. It's just some desynchronization upon forming the vertical lines. It will cause a minimal deduction in their execution score. They got 47.4 score here. 8.0 is most of their score with 7.5. 2.0, the level of difficulty that will be done by our young Chinese. They will do an inward somersault by Wang Hiwo and Yuan Jiangjun. Again, we are just using a Google Lens translator here to translate those Chinese characters. That is a great dive, but there is a significant disruption of waters. It will really cause a underscore. Let's see why it happened. Okay, the timing, grabbing their hands. Significant amount of waters. They got 43.80 score here. The next that we have, we'll do a 2.0 level of difficulty. Inward somersault will be done by Shen Kihan and Yao Zelen Shananshi Huasha. Such a great muscles for both of them. Very well fit body. That is a masterclass dive from both of them. Great job! Great vertical lines upon the entry. Great timing. They got a 48.0 score here. It was paid off. 2.0, the level of difficulty will be done with a turn inward for half a turn by Wang Felong and Chang Tian Chan, Jiangsu Kami, or Sichuan Suki. Just a little bit of some synchronization upon forming the vertical lines, but overall, it was a great dive. They they have this 45.0 score here. Most of their score is 75. 2.0, the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers. They will do an inward somersault by Bai Huao and Bai Yumi. That is a great dive. It's just so fun to watch the Chinese divers, how they do this diving. It's just some desynchronization upon forming the vertical lines. It will cause some scores. They got 50.4 score here. Great score. Most of their scores is 8.5. 2.0 will be done by our next divers with a half somersault by Yang Jihao and Zheng Junji, their second dive. It was a great dive for both of them. So beautiful to watch. They got the 46.2 score here. 7.5 is most of their score. From the two young men, will form a 2.0 level of difficulty. Will do a reflexive half turn by Huang Shanpeng and Li Junlang. Again, we are using here the Google Lens Translate to translate those Chinese characters. That is a great dive for both of them. Great vertical lines, clean water entry, no significant disruption of waters. They will have a great score here. They got 45.0 score here. Great job for our two young men. 2.0, the level of difficulty will be done in a half somersault by Chen Liming and Wu Ko in this round 2 dive. That is a great dive for both of them. Great entry. Chinese people really, I admire them for giving us a very great 10 meters platform synchronized diving. Watching this national championship is something far above the world, far above, more than the Olympics. They got a 45.60 score here. 2.0, the level of difficulty will be done in a half somersault by Gu Yuheng and Tong Yujen Huasha in their second dive. Great vertical lines. They had a synchronized entry, synchronized grabbing of the hands, but some issue with the form in the flight, but they managed to do a good vertical lines upon their entry. They got a 43.8 score here. .2, it's a level of difficulty will be done. Upon the round 3, they will do an inward somersault with 3.5 twist in the knee tuck by Zheng Yunxi and Mo Yonghua. We are now on the 3rd round. That is a great dive for both of them. The tuck was enormous. I think they had some issue with the timing in grabbing their hand. They got 71.04 score here. They got most of their score is 7.5. 3.2 is the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers. They will in an inward somersault with 3.5 twist in a tuck position by Chen Jian and Zheng Mengran. is a great dive. I think the other one divers has some issue with the disruption of the waters. The tack, they are asynchronized in their flight. They got 65.28 score here. Some asynchronization will be managed. 3.0, the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers in a forward somersault 3.5 twist in a body bend position by Huang Zhenji. Or pike. Oh, body bend is pike. That's Beijing Sports Statue by Li Xiu. The pike was good, in a good form. Some very minimal desynchronization. They got a 57.6 score here. The next divers, of course, Chena Zhen, the gold medalist in Olympics, will do a 3.4 difficulty with a reverse roll to the 3.5 twist in a tuck position. Chena Zhen and Zhu Saifeng. Oh, the form was good, and I think they have some issue with grabbing their hands to form the vertical lines. The arcing also is some issue there. Oh, the other one, there was an issue also with the leg separation. This compatriot, they got 76.5 score here. .0 is the level of difficulty will be done by the next divers in a forward somersault 3.5 times body bend or pike. Great job for Guan Jinwei and Yu Liju. They are well synchronized here in their pike positions. It's just the entry, they have some issue of the synchronization. They got 59.4 score here. 3.2 is the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers. It will be in a 3.5 turns inwards by Cheng Zilong and Hua Wenho Hubei Husa. Is that a missed dive or I think it's a missed dive. The disruption to waters is very evident. They got 58.56 score here. They got some issue upon the bending. 3.2 is the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers. They will do a 3.5 turns inwards in attack positions by Gu Xiaokan and Pianing Hebei. Still on round 3. That is a good dive, beautifully done. But I think there is some issue with the synchronization in their turns during the flight. And also some bending upon the entry. It was 65.28 is their score in the round 3. From our young men's, they will do a 3.0 level of difficulty in a forward somersault 3.5 times pike positions by Liu Juan and Yang Dong. Beautifully done, beautiful dive, but the disruption to water is significant. Let us see what happened to their form. .1 is their score. I think we don't have any more the slow motion. divers that we have will do a 3.2 level of difficulty in an inward somersault 3.5 twist in attack position by Lian, Junji, and Yang Hao. Yang Hao. It's a beautiful dive, such a masterclass for both of them. The synchronization is good. A little bit of issue in timing. The other divers has a little bit issue of bending upon the vertical lines. But they have managed it well, but some disruption of waters is evident there. They got 83.52 score here. They will do a 3.0 level of difficulty, our next divers, in a forward somersault 3.5 times pike positions. That's Zhang, Yuan, and Liu Chengzan. I think it's a missed dive for both of them. But it's fine, they can work on. Next dive, 50.4 is their score here. .2 is the level of difficulty will be done in an inward 3.5 twist tack positions by Huang Zhijian and Yang Li. Still on round 3. That is a masterclass dive for both of them. Hallelujah. Great job. Just some issue with the synchronization upon their flight. The entry is beautiful. They got a 74.88 scores here. I wish I could have those abs. We have here the very young man with a 3.0 level of difficulty in a forward somersault 3.5 twist pike positions. The pike is good, synchronization is good, vertical line is good, disruption of water is not that significant. We got 68.4 score here. 3.2 is the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers in an inward somersault 3.5 twist in attack position by Zhu Yonghol and Zhang Jian. Still in the third round. Great dive, but there is some issue with synchronization and they can work on with that. The other one that is very evident, the synchronization. They got 70.08 score here, but the dive was good, the entry was good, it's just the synchronization. 3.2 is the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers in a backward somersault 2.5 twist by Wang Binhan and Sikwan and Wu Yiyang in the round 3 dive. Oh, such a masterclass dive from these two young men. Great job. Well synchronized, great timing, grabbing their hands and forming a good vertical lines. Just the disruption to waters is the score to be deducted. 71.04 is their score here. From this very young man, they will do a 3.0 level of difficulty in a forward roll 3.5 twist in a pike position by Song Yun Hao and Wang Wu. Oh, it's a little bit missed dive from one of the compatriots. We'll have a significant score of deductions here. The synchronization is also there. Can you consider it as a missed dive? They got 51.3 score here. Yeah, very nearly to the missed dive. 3.2 is the level of difficulty by our next two young men. They will do an inward 3.5 twist in attack position by Ni Jun and Su Sinwen Wanwu. Great synchronization. It's a good dive. I can say it's a fair dive for both of them. The disruption of waters is very significant. Great synchronization in their attack. It's just some issue with the bending upon the entry. Disruption of waters evident. 59.52 is their score here for these two very young men. Next divers will do a 3.2 level of difficulty with a turn inward 3.5 twist in attack position by Wang Jin and Yuan Shengzun, still on the dive 3. That is a great dive for both of them. They are well synchronized, great height. Just some issue with the synchronization upon the entry. They got 56.64 score here. The next divers we will do a 3.2 level of difficulty in an inward 3.5 twist in attack position by Shen and Yao. Still on round 3. Shen has such a very great body. Shen Kehan. I think the other one got a missed dive. Well, Yanbong has a good dive. Let's see how the score will go, but it will be not that high score. You can work on with that and address the issues for the next dive. They got 51.84 scores here. Next divers will do a 3.2 level of difficulty in an inward somersault 3.5 twist in attack position by Wang and Chang. Wang Felyong and Chang Tian Chan. Great attack position. Is a good dive for both of them. The form was good. Disruption of waters is very minimal. Synchronized flight. Synchronized grabbing of the hands upon the entry. Great vertical lines. It's a masterclass dive. We got 75.84 score here. 3.2 is the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers in an inward 3.5 twist in attack position by Bai Yu Hao and Bai Yu Meng. It's a beautiful dive. Chinese are really doing good in diving. I think this is their national sports. And such great people doing this enormously beautiful in the near to perfection dive. Most of them in China alone. Just amazed. I don't know how it feels like watching them in live. They got a 75.84 score here. From the next young man, they will be doing a 3.0 level of difficulty. They did a forward 3.5 twist in the pike positions. Yang Hihao and Zheng Jonji. The bike was good. The timing of grabbing hands was good. They are well synchronized. Beautifully done. 67.5 is their score here. Maybe the destruction of waters. There are tiny details that we cannot see. 3.0 is a level of difficulty. Our next divers will do in a forward somersault 3.5 twist in a pike position. A little bit missed dive from one of the diver. That's Wang Jianping and Li Junyang. Still on the third dive. They are well synchronized in their flight. It's just the form upon the entry. There's some issue there, causing a significant disruption to waters. They have 63.0 score here. 3.0 is the level of difficulty by our next divers. It will be done in a forward somersault 3.5 twist pike positions by Chen Liming and Hu Kai. Great dive from Chen and Wu Kai. The bike was good. It's just some bending on the left side when one of the divers will cause in the execution score. 65.7 is their score here. Next divers will do a 3.0 level of difficulty in a forward somersault 3.5 times in the pike position. Ko Yu Heng and Tong Yi Jun. Great pike positions. The entry is good. They got 63.9 is their score here. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. So top 1, we got there Lian Junji and Yang Hao. Second in the position is Chen Azen and Zhu Zifeng Guangdong. And third in the position is Bai Yu Hao and Bai Yu Ming. Now in the fourth dive, great pike positions. A little bit missed dive there. Still with the Chinese National Championship, this 2023. They got this 66.96 total score. We are now on the round 4. The next divers that we have, and there's two young men, will do a 3.3 level of difficulty in a back somersault 3.5 twist in attack positions by Chen Zihan and Zheng Miran in the round 4 dive. Significantly missed dive from the two young men, but I believe that they can work on with that in the next dive, and I have a great belief on these Chinese people. They will do it perfectly in the next dive. They got a 50.49 scores here. 3.2 is the level of difficulty our next divers will do in an inward somersault with 3.5 twist in the tuck positions. Wang Zhenji and Li Ziyu in this round 4 dive. That is a good dive, beautiful dive, but maybe they have some issue with some bending or time. Let's watch the slow motion. what they got from, or whatever mistakes they did here. They got 62.4 score here. Oh, there's no slow motion. From China Sen, our gold medalist in Olympics, will do a 3.6 level of difficulty in a stretch 3.5 twist backward by Chen Aisen and Zhu Seifeng. Oh, a little bit misdive. What's happening for the two of them? It's very unusual for Chen Aisen with his compatriot to do this kind of dive. The bike is good. I think they have some problem with bending also, arcing, that causes a significant disruption of the waters. Issue with the synchronization also. There was a separation of the legs upon the entry in their vertical form. They got a 73.4 score here. Maybe it was overscored. 3.2 is their level of difficulty with the next divers. Very young men. The future of China. Great dive, but the disruption of waters is, I think, is a little bit significant. They can work on with that in the coming days. Just to do more practice, they got 56.64 scores here. Next divers will be having a 3.3 level of difficulty in a back somersault 3.5 twist in a hugging the waist, or is pike positions. Cheng Zilong and Hua Wenhao. Attack positions. Oh, they did attack positions. Sorry for that. We're just watching the Google Lens translator. Attack is good, synchronization is good. It's just the arcing was the issue there, causing disruption to the waters. They got 61.38 scores here. 3.3 is the level of difficulty our next divers will do. But in a back somersault 3.5 twist in attack positions by Go Xiaokon and Pianing. Oh, the other one did great. The other one had a bending issue or arcing issue. The height is good. In grabbing hands for the top positions, the vertical lines of the other one had some issue with the arcing. It will cost some deductions to the score. 70.29 is their score here. If they have perfected it, it could be 100 plus scores. 3.2 is the level of difficulty by our next divers, with the flip in 3.5 twist in attack positions by Liu Yuan and Yang Zudong Shandong Zuki on round 4 dive. That is a beautiful dive, but the disruption to waters is significant. See what happened there? Okay, it was just too early to open. That's why the entry was not that perfect. 62.4 is their score here. 3.4 level of difficulty will be done by our next divers in a reverse somersault 3.5 twist in attack positions by Lian Junji and Yang Hao. See in the 4th dive. Such a masterclass dive, such a masterclass. They got a good height, good position in the tack positions, beautiful vertical lines, great timing, grabbing their hands. This may have a 100 score, maybe a very tiny details in the synchronization issue, but overall it's a great dive. 87.72 was their score, it paid off. Next diver will do a 3.2 level of difficulty in an inward somersault 3.5 twist in the tack position by Zhang Yunjuan and Yu Chengshan. Still on the fourth dive. Great job! Great job! It's just some little bit of issue with the bending or arcing upon the entry. They will do they have a 68.16 score here. Moving on to our next divers, we'll do a 3.4 level of difficulty in a reverse somersault 3.5 twist in the tack positions by Huang Jingwan and Yang Ling in the round 4. It's a beautiful dive. Although there is an issue of arcing, but they have managed to have a beautiful entry and good entry there. Great job for both of them. There's a little bit issue with the synchronization also. We have an 80.58 scores here. 3.2 is the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers in an inward somersault 3.5 twist in attack positions by Maj Ziheng and Zhang Jaiqing. Such a very young people. The future of China. That is a beautiful dive. Although the disruption of water is significant, they can work on with that for the next dive. They are still in the work in progress. Great job from our two young men. They have this 57.6 scores here. Near to be missed dive. Near to the missed dive. 3.3 the level of difficulty by our next divers. In a cast backward 3.5 twist in attack positions by Xu Yongzin and Zhang Jian. Still on round 4 or 4th dive. Beautiful abs muscles. Oh, it's a missed dive because of the arcing. They didn't have that time to form the perfect vertical lines upon their entry. Because a 40.59 scores here. It's fine. You can work on with that to the next dive. 3.3 is the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers in the back somersault 3.5 times or 3.5 twist in attack positions by Wang Binhan and Wu Yiyang in round 4 dive. That is a great dive for the two young men, but the other one has, I think, some issue with the form. The flight was good, the tack was good, form was good. Oh, the entry, there was an arcing, a back arcing from one of the divers. They got 73.26 scores here. Remember that they will be count our 3.2 is the level of difficulty for our next divers in an inward somersault with 3.5 twist in the tack positions by Song Yunhao and Wang Bu. Oh, Oh, it's a missed dive from one of the compatriots. Let's see what happened. Maybe an arcing also. Let's see the specifications. What happened to that one? They got 50.88 scores here. Oh, there's no slow motion. 3.3 is the level of difficulty will be done by our two young men. Ladies and gentlemen, by back somersault 3.5 twist in the tuck positions by Ni Jun and Su Shi Wen is still in the round 4 dive. The future of China. Oh, it's a missed dive for both of them. Significant disruption to waters. Surely it was the arcing issue during the entry. They got 44.55 scores here. 44.55. 3.3, the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers. In a back somersault 3.5 twist in a tuck position by Shen and Yuan Shengjun. Shengjun, right. It's hard to pronounce their names. We also have a beautiful body, of course, here. It's a missed dive for both of them. Well, they can work on with that with the next dive. They're still in work in progress. Lots of room for improvement. There's a issue with the synchronization. They got 55.44 scores here. Next dive will be in a 3.4 level of difficulty in a turnover 3 times, half tuck. Half tuck? Really? By Shen Kehan and Yao Zelen. Still on 4th dive. Great dive from other one, but the other one has some issue with water disruptions. Let's see what happened there. Dive is good, tuck was good. The arcing was the issue there upon the entry. They got 75.48 scores here. It's a beautiful dive for both of them. Great job. 3.3, the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers. They will do a back somersault 3.5 twist in attack positions by Wang Felyong and Tang Chanchen. Great dive for both of them. Great dive. But I think the other one has some issue with the form. That he has a significant water disruptions. The fly is good. That was good. Let's see, a little bit of arcing, but overall it's a very great dive. Very tiny details. They have a good time in grabbing their hands and entering the water. Very minimal disruption. Very minimal. They will have a good score here. 78.21 is their score. Great job. 3.3 is their level of difficulty. In a back somersault 3.5 twist tuck positions by Bai Yu Hao and Bai Yu Meng. That is a good dive, but a little bit near to the miss dive. Let's see what happened here. Let's see what happened to their dive. They got 63.36 score. It's just a water disruption, a very minimal arcing. but they have managed to recover it. (3.2) the level of difficulty by our next divers. They will do an inward somersault 3.5 twist in attack position by Yang Zihao and Zheng Zhongji. Great job! Great dive! Indeed a masterclass. Great tuck. Grabbing the hands is good. Beautiful vertical lines. Just some disruption of waters there. 67.2 is their total score. From our next young man, we'll do a 3.2 level of difficulty. They will do an inward somersault 3.5 twist in attack positions by Huang Jianpeng and Li Junliang. Still in 4th dive. A little bit missed dive from the other one. The other one has got a good dive, but one of his partner is, I can say it's a missed dive for him, but it will be scored as 1. But they can work on with that. They are in work in progress. Some issue with the synchronization also. They got 48.96 scores here. 3.2 is the level of difficulty will be done by the next divers. In an inward somersault 3.5 twist in attack positions by Chen Liming and Wu Kai. Oh, it's a missed dive for both of them. I believe the arcing is an issue. Significant arcing. 40.32 is their score here. (3.2) is the level of difficulty will be done in the 4th dive by our divers in an inward somersault 3.5 twist in the attack position by Gao Yuheng and Tong Yi Jun. They have a good, this one, a swimming trunk. I love their swimming trunk, very colorful. It's a good dive, but there is some issue with the synchronization during their flight. But overall, they have done it well. They are still in work in progress, and some issue with arcing, causing distraction of waters. They got 61.44 score here. After the 4th dive, oh my god, I forgot to, I didn't catch the 3.2 is the next level of difficulty will be done by our next divers in a backward somersault for 2.5 twist for 1.5 twist in the pike positions by Zheng Zhongji and Mo Yonghua. We are now on the 5th dive. Great dive, beautifully done. We are seeing here a great level of difficulty from our Chinese people. One of the finest divers. They are the finest divers in the world, as generally speaking, as I can say. They got 68.16 level of the total score here. That is a missed dive. From our next divers, it's a missed dive. I hope they can recover. We got 52.02 score here. .3, the level of difficulty by our next divers. They will do a back somersault 3.5 twist in attack positions. Wang Zhenji and Li Zhu. Oh, it's a missed dive for the other one, but it's a good dive for the other one. But they will be scored as 1 here. They're still in work in progress, but I hope they can address those issues. 49.5 is their score here. From China Sen, they got 250 score now in total. They will do a somersault forward 4.5 times. China Sen and Zhu Sifeng Guangdong. Now on the 5th dive. Beautiful dive. It's a good recovery. Great dive. Good synchronization. Good entry. It's just the timing in grabbing their hands to form the vertical lines upon the entry. They have some issue with that. 88.8 is their total score. Great job. 3.6 is the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers. In a back somersault 3.5 times tuck positions by Guan Zhenwei and Yu Lisu in 5th dive. That is a great job for both of them. Great job. They have this 47.52 score here. They have some issues to address there. The arcing. The next divers that we have, I think they will do a forward somersault here. .7 is the level of difficulty they will do. Look forward and look around halfway. Hide your knees. I think they will do a tuck positions here. Great job, but a near to miss dive. It's fine. Cheng Zelong and Hua Wenho Huwei. The 5th dive. I think the tuck position of the other one is very wide. The timing also of grabbing their hands to form the vertical lines. We have an issue with that. Significant disruption to water. 68.82 is their score here. 3.4 is the level of difficulty by our next divers. 3.4. They will do a reverse somersault 3.5 twist in a tuck position. Go Sokan and Pianing in the 5th dive. Oh, it's a missed dive for both of them. It's now in the 5th dive and I don't know what will happen to this two young men. I hope they can study it well. They are the future of China and I believe they are in work in progress. They got 40.8 score here. .3 is the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers. In a back somersault 3.5 twist in the tuck positions by Liu Yujuan and Yang Sudong on the 5th dive. A little bit missed dive from one of the divers, but it's good dive from another one. Great job for these two young men. I adore the Chinese people doing this kind of dive. Some arcing issue upon the entry. A very significant disruption of waters that caused a good deductions in their score. 57.42 is their score here. 3.2 is the next level of difficulty that will be done by our good divers. We'll do a backward somersault with 2.5 twist by Lian Junji and Yang Hao. Still on the 5th dive. We are watching the 2023 Chinese National Championship. That is a masterclass dive. You're not kidding me. It's a masterclass dive. Good synchronization. Great flight. The height was good. Upon the approach. The entry is beautiful. We got 85.44 score here. .3 is the level of difficulty that will be done by our next divers. They will do a back somersault 3.5 twist in the tuck position by Zhang Yunchuan and Ye Zhengzan. Aha! Missed dive for both of them, but it's fine. They can work on with that for the next dive. They're still a work in progress. We believe in you. They got a 32.67 scores here. .7 so level difficulty will be done by the next divers in the 4.5 twist forward. Wow, that's a masterclass dive from Huang Zigan and Yang Ling. Great job for both of them. The attack was good, fair height. Just some issue with the synchronization upon the entry. But overall, it's a great dive. They got 87.69 score here. 3.3 so level of difficulty will be done in the 3.5 laps backward in the tuck positions by Ma Zihing and Zhang Jiaqing Wu Bei in the 5th dive. Such a young man. A near to the miss dive, should I say? But overall, it's a great dive, beautifully done by them. It's just the destruction of water is very significant, and they are the work in progress. 53.46 is their score here. Great job for our two young men. Keep working on. 3.4 is the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers in a reverse somersault for 3.5 twist by Zhu Yongqi and Zhang Jiyan. I believe that is near to the miss dive for Zhu and Zhang. The attack was good. The timing, they got a very little time to form those vertical lines. They had maybe this they can grab in their hands to do the vertical lines. They got 57.12 score here. 3.4 is the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers. I love their trunks, it's so colorful. I would love to have one of them. Oops, it's a good dive. Good dive for these two young men. The attack was good. The vertical line was good. Entry was beautiful. It's just the disruption of waters is significant. They got 66.3 score here. .3 is the next level of difficulty by our next divers in attack positions by Song Yunwao and Wang Bu, still on the 5th dive. Oh, it's a missed dive for both of them. I think they don't have much time to end. Their entry is not good. They just open a little bit very early. That's why it was like that. 34.65 is their score here. You can do it better. Just work on for the next dives. For a very young man again, by 3.4 level of difficulty, reverse somersault with 3.5 twist in attack position by Mos Jun and Su Jiwen. Still on the 5th dive in this 2023 Diving Championship China. It's a good dive for the other one, but the other one has a little bit issue of a missed dive. Is it a near to the missed dive? Maybe. The flight was good. I think the height is not good during the approach, and there was an issue of bending during the entry that causes the disruption of waters. It will have a good reduction in their score. 70.38 is their score here. Benejun and Su Jiwen. 3.4 is the level of difficulty will be done by next divers. They will do a reverse somersault 3.5 twist in the attack position by Wang Zhen and Yuan Zhengzun. Let's watch it. It's a missed dive. Significant arcing causes a very significant water disruption. They're still on working progress, and we believe on them. Through practice and over time, they can perfect it. So what's the issue here? The attack was good, the flight was good. The timing in grabbing their hands to form the vertical line. The vertical line was a problem. They got 31.62 score here. Next divers will do a 3.6 level of difficulty in the 3.5 backward somersaults by Shen Kehan and Yao Zelen. Still on the 5th dive. We are still watching the 2023 China National Championship, the 10-meter springboard double. Pike was good. Oh, it was a pike, not attack. It's near to the missed dive, but they have done it beautifully. They had done it well. Great job. Such a very fit young man. 52.92 scores here. Next dive will be in 3.4 level of difficulty. They will do a 3.5 reverse rolls in the attack positions by Wang Feilyong and Tang Tiantian. Still on the 5th dive. This is just a competitive scoop. Oh, that is a good dive for both of them. Great job. The attack was good. They have a good time in grabbing their hands to form the vertical lines upon the entry in the waters. They got a 70.38 scores here. Great job. 3.4 is the level of difficulty by our next divers that will be done. They will do a 3.5 reverse somersaults in attack positions. That is a masterclass dive. Masterclass dive from Bai Yu Hao and Bai Yu Meng. Still their 5th dive. Well synchronized flight, and the entry is beautiful. Near to perfection. They got 79.56 scores here. Some issue in the synchronization. 3.3 is the level of difficulty will be done by the next divers. Will do a 3.5 rolls backward in attack positions. Yang Jihao and Zhang Junji still 5th dive. Beautiful dive. That is near to perfection also. It's just so lovely to watch these Chinese nationals doing this 10 meters platform dive. How disciplined it is. They got 70.29 scores here. From our 2 young gentlemen, they will do a 3.2 level of difficulty in an arm stand backward somersault 2 turns and a half by Huang Zhanpeng and Li Junyang. Still on round 5. This is one of the most difficult position in diving. Well-controlled handstand. No hesitations done. That is a good dive. Excellent dive from our 2 young men. Great job. It's just some issue with the synchronization upon their entry in the waters. Maybe the other one because he's short and the other one is tall, and they have some, it will affect the gravity. They got 65.28 scores here. 3.3 is the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers. 3.5 backward somersaults in the attack positions by Chen Liming and Wu Ko. Still on the 5th dive. We are using the Google Lens translator for Chinese to English here. Ouch! That is very painful dive. I hope they are fine. I hope there is no injury with that. Very painful. That's very painful in the back. See, they are holding their back. I hope they are good. There's no problem with that. See the way the other one is walking. Must be very painful. I hope they are fine. I hope there is no significant injury. 14.85 is their score here. See? He's holding his back. It must be very painful in the back. I hope there is no injury with that. 3.3 is their level of difficulty. The next divers that we have, they will do a backward roll 3.5 twist in attack positions by Gu Yuheng and Tong and Tong. Why should they put this compensation? It's in the 5th dive. I hope they are good. I feel so sorry for 2 of them. That is a missed dive for the 2 of them. Diving is also, although it is in the waters, but difficult sport. 27.72 it's their score here, and this must be a very dangerous sport also. After the 5th dive, we have now here the classified results. We have Lian Junji, Chen, and 2nd place is Chen Asen and Zhu Zifing. In the 3rd position is Huang Zigan, Yang Ling Tiajin. In the 4th is Huang Felyong Tang And the fifth position, okay, we now have the next divers. They will do a 3.7 level of difficulty. They will do a roll forward to 4.5 twist, 4.5 twist in attack positions. Great job for our two gentlemen. Great job, Sheng Junhee and Mo Yonghwa Guangdong on the 6th round. Great entry, well synchronized dive. They must be feeling some fatigue now in the 6th dive. They got 76.59 scores here. 3.2 is the level of difficulty by our next divers. They will do a backwards for 2.5 twist and a twist for 1.5 in the pike positions by Chen Sinha and Zheng Menggran Chanjin. The round 6 dive. Oh, it's a good dive actually, but there is a problem with the form. But they have managed to minimize the disruption to waters, minimizing the deductions. Great pike, see that one? He managed to have a good entry there. 63.36 is their score here. Great job. 3.2 is the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers. They will have a backward somersault, 2.5 twist, and a twist and a half in a kneeling or tuck positions. Huang Zhenji and Li Ziyu. Good dive for Huang Zhenji and Li Ziyu, although the other one has near to the missed dive. But more overall, they have done it good. 52.8 is their scores here for both of them. 3.6, the level of difficulty will be done by Chen Asen and his compatriot So Zifing. They will do a back somersaults, 2.5 turns and 2.5 turns. Oh, that's a good dive. Cheng Asen did good, but his partner is near to the missed dive. Or Cheng Asen has the bad dive here. Yeah. Chen Asen. Yeah, Chen Asen did good, but his compatriot had a significant water disruptions. The form was not good by his partner in the flight and will cause a deduction to their score. They got 79.92 scores here. Chen is a little bit upset to his partner. 3.2 is the level of difficulty will be done by our next divers. They will do a backward somersault 2.5 twist by Guan Zhenhui and Yu Liju Beijing. Yu Liju is in round 6. That is a good dive for both of them. Great job, young man. The height was good. The form was good, but I'm a little bit skeptical of their pike positions. It will cost a little bit in their score. 66.24 is their score here. Some deductions on the form during the flight. Divers that we had. They will do a 3.2 level of difficulty with a backward somersault 2.5 twist. Cheng Zilong and Hua Wen Hao. That's good dive for both of them.
打开没有到位就有点着急闭手了。对，如果再提一下的话，会角度更好一些。
Some twisting of the legs upon during the flight. I think the deductions will be on their form. They got 70.08 scores here. The dive was good, just the form that needs to be worked on. 3.2 is the level of difficulty our next divers are having. They will do a backward somersault, 2.5 twist and a half or pike positions by Guo, Shukan, and Hyajin. Still on round 6 now, the last dive for them. That's a good dive for both of them. It's very challenging now for the divers to have their 6th dive because they have probably they are feeling fatigued now. This is a battle of stamina. That pike was not good. There are a little bit issue with the form and it will cause deductions in their score. They got 71.04 score here. Although there is minimal disruption of waters, but they some issue with the form. 3.2 is the level of difficulty. Our next divers, and they will do a backward somersault, 2.5 twist by Liu, Yujuan, and Yang Dong. Is still in the 6th dive now. Their last dive. That's a good dive for both of them. Very great dive. Although there is some issue with synchronization, and it will reflect on their score. The great form on their pike positions. Great timing. It's just some very minimal synchronization issue. They got a 70.08 scores here. We now have 3.7 level of difficulty. Will be done by our next divers. They will do a forward somersault with a 4.5 twist in attack positions by Ji, Junji, and Yang Hao. Great job! It's a masterclass for them. Masterclass dive. Although there is a full synchronization issue, very tiny details in synchronization, but overall it's a good dive. Good timing, grabbing their hands. Form these vertical lines. 98.79 is their score here, near to perfection. 3.2 is the level of difficulty. Will be done by our next divers. They will do a back somersault for 2.5 twist, turn around for 1.5 twist by Zhang Yunjian and Liu Chengzan. Oh, the other one did good. The other one has an issue. It's an issue with the synchronization. Will be reflected on the scores. They have here 68.16 scores. 3.6 is the level of difficulty our next divers that are having, and they will do a back somersaults 2.5 turns with 2.5 turns by Huang Zigan and Yang Ling Yanjin. Still in round 6. Oh, good dive. That's a good dive. Although there is a disruption of waters that is significant, maybe some form or issue in the form, some synchronization issue, but overall it's a good dive. They have 78.84 score here. I love the abs also of them. 3.2 is the level of difficulty by our next divers, and they will do a backward somersault 2.5 twist by Ma Zihing and Zhang Yaking. Their last dive. They had 267.66 after the 5 dives. Let's see how they will do it. That's a beautiful dive for Zhang and Ma.
在107上面，还有523，雪花效果也非常漂亮的，动作整体规定是比较高的。
The flight is good, some synchronization issue, but very tiny, very minimal issue. They got 71.04 score here. 3.2 is the level of difficulty our next divers will be having, and they will do a backward somersault 2.5 twist by Zhu Yong Hui and Zhang Jian. Their last dive. Oh, some issue with the form, some issue during the entry, but overall it's a good dive. Great job for both of them. See, there's a bending issue there. They have managed to catch it up. They got 60.48 scores here. .7 is the level of difficulty by our next divers, and they will do a forward somersault for 4.5 twist in the tack position. Near to miss dive by Wang Binhan and Wu Yiyang. Let's see what happened here. Great tack. Awesome flight. The entry. They don't have the good amount of time for grabbing their hands to form the good vertical lines on the entry. So that's a deduction for their score. 71.04 is their score here. Although they managed to minimize the disruption of waters, but it's good. 3.2 is the level of difficulty our next divers will be having. They will do a backward somersault for 2.5 twist by Song Wunhao and Wang Bu. That is a good dive for Song Wunhao and Wang Bu on their last dive. They got 230.43 score for the last 5 dives. Let's see how it goes in their 6th dive. They got some issue with the form, but overall it's a very good dive for both of them. They got 61.44 scores here due to the form issues. It's not a good vertical lines. For a very young man, 3.2 level of difficulties they will be showing with a backward somersault 2.5 twist, kneeling or tack positions for Jun and Su Ziwing. And this is their last dive. The future of China. That is a masterclass dive for both of them. The pike is beautiful, and they have a good time in grabbing their hands to form the good vertical lines, and there is no significant disruption of waters during the entry. They will have a near to perfection score here. They got 75.84 score. Maybe because of the form, there is a very tiny details in the form that the judges have looked onto. 3.2 is the level of difficulty the next divers that will be having. They will have a turn back 2.5 twist and turn 1.5 twist in the pike positions by Wang Xin and Yuan Zhengzong. That's a good dive. The other one has good, but the other one I think some issue during the entry. I'm not so sure what's the issue there, but probably it's a bending or arcing. But let's see how it goes. And you heard the miss dive by the other one. They got 61.44 score here. 3.6 next level of difficulty by our next divers. They will do a somersault 2.5 turns with the 2.5 turns also in the pike positions by Shen Kahan and Yao Zilin. Such a great muscles for both of them. Great pacing. Very good dive, very good. Although there is some issue with the synchronization and it will affect their score, but overall it's a good dive for both of them. The other one had he did a flight, nauna siya and causes a good score. 70.2 is their score here. .2 is the level of difficulty by our next divers, and they will do a backward somersault with 2.5 twists by Wang Felyong and Tang Tiantian. The twist is good, the fly is good, a very great dive, such a masterclass for both of them. They are well synchronized, the pike, grabbing their hands, form a vertical line. They are well synchronized. They managed to minimize the disruption of waters, and very good. Great job for both of them. 74.88 is their score. 3.2 is the next level of difficulty that our next divers will be having. They will do a backward somersault for 2.5 twists, twist for 1.5 twist in the pike positions for Bai Yu Hao and Bai Yu Ming. That is a good dive, of course. Beautifully done, so lovely to watch. Great height during the flight. Some issue with the form, but very minimal. Great entry. They will have a good score here. 74.88 is our total score. For the 6th dive, they got 392 scores now. I think they are brothers in here. We will do a 3.2 level of difficulty with a 2.5 twist before backward turns and a half twist by Yang Xihao and Zhang Zhongji. It's like a diving light. That is a masterclass dive. Great job for both of you. So great to see you both of them. The entry is good. Good vertical lines. Just on the disruption of waters, and it will cause some deduction in the score. But great job! 72.0 is their score here. Total score is C368. Now we have 3.2 level of difficulty for our next divers. They will do a backward somersault with 2.5 twists for Huang Zhanpeng and Li Junliang in their last dive. Beautiful dive for both of them. Although there are significant disruption of waters, it will cause some deductions in their score, but overall, very good dive. 59.52 is their score. 327 their total score after the 6th dive. These two had a problem with the back a while ago. They will do a 3.2 difficulty with a backward and somersault with 2.5 turns and 1.5 somersault by Chen Biming and Wu Ko. Chen Biming and Wu Ko. That is a good dive for both of them. Great recovery. Just that this disruption of water is still an issue. High amount of water was disrupted, but overall it's a great dive for both of them. I hope his back is good now, but he is, look at the way he walked. I think he's a little bit injured. .2 is the level of difficulty per two young men that will be shown in a backward somersault with 2.5 twists for Gu Heng and Tong Yi Jun. Oh, that's beautiful. It's a good dive, but there is some issue in that dive. Synchronization is good. Oh, the form. They have an issue with the form. The other one is a little bit to enter the water and it will have reduction in the synchronization score. They got 54.72 score here. 298.38 is their total score. After the 6th dive, so we now have the classified results. We have the first in the rank, Lian Junji Yang Hao. Second in the rank is Chen Azen. And third in the rank is Wang Zigan and Wang Felyong Tang Tianchan. So great job for Liang Junji and Yang Hao. They have a 458. So the bronze medal for Wang Zigan and Yang Ling with the 411 total score. Chen Azen and Zhu Zifeng, they got 419.46 score. And the gold medals list for Liang Junji Yang Yao with 458 0.07 total score. Oh, they don't have no audio now. So the medals now are being presented for both for the 6 winners. That is our bronze medalist, Wang Zigan and Yang Ling. They got 411.39 score. And for the silver medal for Chen Azen and Zhu Zifeng, they have this 419.46 scores. And now for Lian Junji Yang Yao, they got a 458.07 scores in the 2023 China Nationals competitions. I believe we will be seeing Chen Azen, Zhu Zifeng, and Lian Junji and Yang Yao in the Asian Games this September. Thank you very much. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share to this channel. Hallelujah. Thank you very much. God bless you all. And see you all for our next videos. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share to this channel. And you are all doing well. Great job for